Welcome to the deep dive. We're cutting through all the noise after a pretty massive weekend.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Today we're focusing on the fallout from WWE Monday Night Raw, episode 1690, live from Perth, Australia.
And look, this wasn't just another Raw. We're fresh off Crown Jewel. 2 new big champions crowned, including Seth Rollins.
Right, World Heavyweight and Crown Jewel champion, top of the world.
Exactly. But Perth was where it all started to unravel, like incredibly fast. This whole deep dive is really about tracking how those power dynamics shifted, not over weeks, but pretty much in one night.
Okay, so our mission here is really to track these huge power moves, maybe under this theme of, I don't know, toxic partnerships.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
We need to figure out why Rollins' big win turned into such a disaster so quickly, why the Usos seem to be finally splitting, and how some champs are just barely hanging on by cheating.
And what's really interesting, I think, is how Rollins' own, maybe, arrogance. It wasn't just him being cocky. It felt like it was setting up the betrayal, especially with Paul Heyman involved.
Ah, Heyman, of course.
Yeah, you had all these different stories, factions, rivalries, all kind of boiling over at the exact same time.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. Rollins comes out, dripping in gold, like you said, declaring it's Monday Night Rollins. Big statement.
Huge statement. And he brings out his crew, the Vision Heyman, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed. And this is where it gets tricky. The way he praised them, it felt less like respect and more like him saying, look what I assembled.
I kind of saw that too. That demanded kiss on Heyman's forehead. Less an honor, more like, I don't know, stamping his ownership.
Totally. Like Heyman's a prize he won from Roman Reigns. Not a partner, but a possession.
And that's the mistake, right?
It has to be. He's trying to lift them up, but also put them in their place at the same time. Calling Breakker the future, but, under his guidance.
Yeah.
Telling Reed he's the new tribal chief, but again, only because of Rollins.
Another big pivot.
Yeah.
Where he basically says he didn't need anyone for his success.
Yeah, that's the core of it. He starts comparing himself, saying Reigns needed the Shield, needed the bloodline, says Cody needed him to beat Reigns, but Rollins, oh no, he beat Punk alone, won the title alone.
So the message is, I picked you guys because you're good, but make no mistake, I did the heavy lifting myself.
Pretty much. You're here to follow my vision, not because I actually need you. And when you've got guys like Breakker and Reed, alpha types, standing right there, well, you're basically daring them to prove you wrong.
Sets the stage perfectly for later. Okay, while that's simmering, elsewhere things were getting chaotic too. Let's talk about Dominik Mysterio scraping by against Penta.
Oh, dirty Dom. The crowd loves to hate him, don't they? The chants were deafening.
But he got the win. And the way he did it, pure cheating.
Absolutely. Distract the ref with the belt, that's standard stuff. But then grabbing the timekeeper's hammer.
And hiding it in his boot.
Yeah.
After using it. That's like dedication to the craft of cheating. Then the frog splash. Genius villainy.
It really is. And it's all happening with Rusev looming. We saw Rusev backstage basically tell Penta, yeah, you can have this match because I'm getting the winner anyway.
So Dom knows Rusev is waiting? He even dodged him backstage. That match next week? Feels like Dom's luck might run out?
You'd think so. Cheating might not work so well against someone like Rusev.
Okay, let's shift to the women's division. That theme of toxic partnerships again. With Asuka and Kairi Sane. The tension after Crown Jewel was, wow.
Oh, it was thick. Asuka was furious. Sane took the pin backstage. Sane shows Asuka this nasty bump on her head, like, look what I went through.
And Asuka's reaction?
Slaps her right across the face.
Jeez.
But then, and this is the weird part, she immediately, comforts her, strokes her head where she just slapped her. It's this really unsettling mix of aggression and something else.
Twisted is the word. Partnership turning toxic. Or maybe it always was.
Could be. And that spilled right into the match where Rhea Ripley beat Sane. Afterwards, Sane gets the kendo stick, hits Rhea. Asuka uses the distraction, DDTs Rhea right onto the announce table.
So Rhea's taken out, needs help. And Asuka and Sane, they're basically enemies now, using each other.
Seems like it. And Rhea just got caught in the crossfire. Intense stuff.
Then, quickly, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria got a win over Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. But the interesting thing there was Bayley's character shift.
Yeah, the angry Bayley trigger. It seems like getting hit in the head, like taking hard strikes or kicks, flips a switch. She goes from happy Bayley to something much more intense.
So it's almost like a physical thing, not just a mood swing.
That's how it's presented, yeah. Like the happy persona is fragile and the trauma brings back the old, more aggressive Bayley. It's a neat character touch, actually.
Makes her unpredictable. like a ticking time bomb.
Exactly. Okay, so before the main event blows everything up, we got to touch on the Usos, another fractured relationship.
Still arguing about Roman, right?
Yeah, G's basically saying, look, let's just do our own thing. Jimmy's not having it, still loyal to the family idea, maybe to Roman.
And G's point gets proven pretty brutally, doesn't it?
Immediately. Because Jimmy's kind of isolated, Reed targets him, beats him, focusing on those injured ribs.
But it didn't stop there.
No way. Post-match, Breakker joins Reed. They just destroy Jimmy. Spear, tsunami from Reed, then Breakker with another, super spear, vicious.
He runs out, but it's too late.
Yeah, he scares them off, but he looks furious, not just at Reed and Breakker, but at Jimmy. See? This is what happens being tied to each other. It's making us targets.
Oof. Talk about an I told you so moment written in violence.
Absolutely. So all that tension, all that betrayal simmering,
Yeah.
it leads us to the main event. #1 contender match.
CM Punk, LA Knight, Jey Uso. Big triple threat.
Punk gets the win, hits the GTS on Jey. Crowd was massively behind Punk. So he's the #1 contender. Rollins versus Punk is set, or so we thought.
Because the Vision immediately attacks Punk.
Yep. Breakker takes out Jey and Knight on the outside with spears. Then they get Punk in the ring, spear from Breakker, tsunami from Reed. Rollins is just standing there, soaking it all in.
Holding up the titles, saying, Punk will never be champion.
Peak Rollins arrogance right there.
The absolute peak. He thinks he's orchestrated everything perfectly. His challenger is down. His faction looks unstoppable. He's got the mic, the titles, the spotlight.
And then it happens. The moment nobody saw coming, but maybe should have.
Bron Breakker just turns and spears Rollins. Out of nowhere, the place went silent, then just erupted.
Reed and Heyman look genuinely shocked, mouths open, shocked.
Breakker then just stares down Reed. No words needed, really, but he gives him the choice. You with me or against me?
And Reed.
Doesn't take long. He helps Breakker drag Rollins to the corner, sets him up, and Reed hits the tsunami on his own leader.
Wow. And Heyman. What's Paul doing during all this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? He watches Reed make his choice. He looks at Rollins, broken in the corner. There's this pause. You can almost see the calculations happening. And then he makes the call. He walks over, slowly raises Breakker's hand, then Reed's hand. He's jumped ship. Again. Incredible. Just a total coup d'etat, led by the guys Rollins himself picked.
Exactly. Rollins goes from having everything 2 titles, the faction, Heyman, to being left completely destroyed by them, the guys he said he didn't even need.
So the takeaway is, Rollins built the weapons of his own destruction. His arrogance was the trigger.
Pretty much. He needed them to project strength, but telling them they were ultimately unnecessary, that just fueled their own ambition. Breakker saw his chance, Reed saw the power shift, and Heyman... well, Heyman does what Heyman does.
And lines with power.
Always seems to, yeah. So Rollins is down, maybe out for a bit. Breakker and Reed are suddenly the dominant force with Heyman guiding them.
And we should also quickly mention, looking ahead, Dirty Dom still has Rusev next week.
Yeah.
And there's a women's Intercontinental title match booked. Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch in Maxine's hometown.
Right, that adds pressure. Plus, AJ Styles somehow convinced Adam Pearce to give him and Dragon Lee a shot at Finn Balor and JD McDonough for the tag team titles. So lots of moving pieces still.
Definitely. But the big question lingering from tonight has to be about Paul Heyman, right?
For sure.
He's now been instrumental in the downfall, or at least the betrayal, of 2 guys positioned as tribal chiefs, Roman Reigns and now Seth Rollins. So what's his end game? Is he trying to control things from the shadows, or does he just have an uncanny ability to pick the next big winner?
That's a fascinating question, isn't it? And what does this new group breaker Reed Heyman mean for Roman Reigns, the guy Heyman left in the first place? Lots to think about.
Definitely food for thought. Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive into the absolute chaos of Raw.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a favor, please like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment telling us who you think Paul Heyman is going to betray next. We'll catch you on the next one.